Oh, we put it at the bottom now. Very good. Okay. Fair enough. Hello and welcome to Maypole. Um, I guess a little bit about the map. I, for a while, I've been since I guess 13 was when I ventured from away from Newbie Farm. I'd done Newbie Farm and I finished Newbie Farm every time a new game came out. I would work purely on Newbie Farm, and but in 13 I began working on a new map, and it wasn't from the scratch or anything like that. Um, it was basically Hagenstead, and I completely changed a lot of the layout of that map. And then I look back at it and I went, but it's not my map. It's an edit of a map. It's not my map. It wasn't. The changes was from my head, but the map it was still Hagenstead. It wasn't. Newbie Farm was based on FS11, so I don't look at Newbie Farm at, as an edit of the FS11 map, because it's gone through so many changes since FS11 that I see it as a whole new map. And the review that was done on it was in it you know it's not easy to see that it's FS11 map, but um, regardless, it was still based on an existing map, and I wanted to do something I had never done and kind of had an interest in it, which was realistic terrain. And I I looked at it, and I instead of sitting there and absorbing the information, it would be I would look at a video, and somebody would go in, do this, do that, there, and I'd be like, yeah, you left me behind like 20 minutes ago, mate. Can we rewind? Uh, and but my mindset wasn't there to do it, to learn, because I was still focusing on, I need to get this done for Newbie Farm. I still needed to release the update that I'd been working on for months on Newbie Farm, so my mindset wasn't there. And FS15 was the same. I began working on another map, and then I put FS15 down completely. I done version 1 for Newbie Farm, released it, Frudo tested it, then Frudo done a few little changes himself. I liked the changes that he'd done, incorporated them, um, made a few more changes, and then gave it back to Frudo. Frudo played it, tested it. I fixed anything that Frudo found, and then it was FS17 was not due out, but FS17 was there was talk of FS17 at that point, and I I started losing interest in Farm Sim, and 15 I couldn't get into anyway. And I'm not saying it was a bad game, I just couldn't get into it. And I think it was I needed a break from farming itself. Not that I couldn't get into the game, it was just I'd burnt myself out on the game and in the editor, and I just needed a rest from it all. So I walked away. There was two versions for Newbie on 15, and the second version was never released. And when FS17 came, I wasn't going to buy it. Seriously, I wasn't going to buy it. And Frudo was playing FS17, and I went, you know what? I'm buying it. I liked what I saw, and I bought it, and I think the game had been out a week, if that. And um, I was amazed, and I contacted my testers, and it was like, there's your copies, get on here now, kind of thing. Basically, it wasn't in them kind of words, but it was like, you need to see this. And we all messed around for a little bit, and then it was right, port Newbie over now. And I got to work on getting Newbie into FS17, and again, Frudo was given the very first press release for him to test, and he done a few Dukes of Hazards, and other stuff, and 4 versions later we stand here, and I can say that Newbie Farm for 17 was completed on version 3, and version 4 was actually for FS19, but because the change is so vast, and the changes between 17 and 19 will be, by the looks of it, vast as well, I may as well release what I had done for 19 now, because when 19 comes out, the version that was for 19 that you're used to right now will be different to what I had pictured it before 19 came out, before I knew of what 19 had to offer. So, you know, 19 was released, and when 19 was released, I took a break again, and then decided that's it, I'm doing a map. And I think I've rambled enough about that and stood there staring at brick walls and trees and things. And this is Maypole. You know, I don't think this chicken farm's legit, but don't think they have a chicken farm by this house. But I'm not going for the terrain is real, but everything else, don't judge it. You know, it's done in a way that I like. So this is your chicken coop, a big shed basically, and why not? I took the doors off this purposely because they can go in this side or they can go in this side, and all the eggs will be in groups spread around in both sides of this, so you won't have any eggs inside the pen. Done that purposely because, like Reefy, I get bored of running around collecting the eggs, so I have the egg collector as well. Some stuff that have just been put over this side because I was thinking about putting something here, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with all of this space at this point, so everything was just pushed over to that side while I consider what else I could do here. Here is where the golden nuggets currently sit when you first start. That might change, or I might put like 50 over there, and then, you know, 30 here with lead you around to the others, or just put 10 here and then the others over there, so you collect them and then it's like, oh, the others are just there. Okay. Because David pointed out something and I liked it. I said because this has now just gone onto the server today. It was put on the server. It hasn't been activated on the server, but it's been put on the server ready for testing. And testing we hope to have starting soon, a week or two. But the play area is finished. It's the outside of the play area, and if I bring this up, it's this area that I've got to finish. So this part here all the way down and around, and there's a road here that goes off this way. This carries on and that one carries on, and there's fields to be done. But I've got these bits of road to finish somewhere over here, and this road's already finished, and it's got the pig farm which is situated here outside of the play area. And I know it looks weird, the PDA, but this grey area is the no-go zone. So if I wanted it to look like there was fields in the distance, and I didn't want to show the actual grass and everything as like this, I wanted to have like this has been invisible from this point of view, and you'd get to the edge of the border and you'd be like, oh look, it carries on, so you wouldn't be aware unless you was over there somewhere or near a border. That was the idea, but unfortunately because of how the PDA works and crops work, all of these are visible no matter what I put here. Originally I had a frame going around, so yeah, so it was okay, we'll just graze out. Thanks to BP for pointing that one out. So it was greyed out, and so I've got the rest of this area to do, and to be honest, there's a lot more of this already done, especially up here. because this isn't the latest version. This is my play version, which is not that old, but it is old in comparison to how many versions have come since. So David's idea was, instead of starting off with, you know, a couple of tractors, a plough, cultivator, seed, you know, the norm, how about you start off with nothing? No animals, no vehicles apart from a truck, and you've got the golden nuggets. Go and do what you want. You know, £1 million, euros, dollars, whatever your currency. Sounds like a lot, but it doesn't go that far, really. Especially if it's all in-game stuff that you're buying. If it's mods, you can make it last. But you know, you've already got some money that you have to pay back from the get-go. You've got, if you start on hard, you've got 100,000 to pay. You know, so medium, it's what, 50,000, and I think easy's 25. I don't know, can't say for sure. Never play easy, but I like the idea, and it was like, okay, we'll run with that. And so the current starting vehicles that I've got are the test vehicles, so take no notice of the fact that I've got 627,000 sitting up there. 20 cows I think I've got, which I had to buy, which is why some of my money's gone. And the fact that I've got all of this equipment as well, that this is just test, you know. But I did like the idea, and it was like, okay, we'll do that. And so we're going to do that. I have been back in and snow masked the areas, like these sheds that wasn't there at the time I added, because although there's plenty of sheds in that area, I wanted more sheds for storing bales. And damn trees. Pity you couldn't cut the limbs off in the game and then some way import that tree that you edited, and it would look like that in the game or in the editor, and then every time you started a new game it would start off with them limbs missing, because that is annoying, having trees clipped through. Anyway, so I snow masked all of this. Now outside of it, under the sheds, it's snow masked. Outside of the sheds is not. So all of these roads are not snow masked. The main road, the small farm road is snow masked, but between these sheds isn't snow masked. So you would still have to clear the snow. It might be easier, but at the end of the day, a farmer has to, if it snows, it's a farmer's job to clear the snow from his or her farm. So it's your responsibility. The main roads though, this road and the main roads down there, we'll say the council have done that. You know, the authorities have come and ploughed the roads for you. But any dirt roads going into fields, do it yourself if you want to get into them for whatever reason. The sheep farm the same. You want to get down to that, then you'd have to clear the snow, or take your chances and drive through the snow. So I'm currently on a high. I wasn't going to do this video originally, but I'm kind of hyperactive because of the caffeine. And the reason I'm hyperactive because of caffeine is because I'm on a 7-day cold turkey period of no cigarettes at all. Not even the smoke of a cigarette has been around me. So caffeine is affecting me in a different way, which is interesting, considering I drink caffeine by the bucket load. So yeah, oops, we'll get the right button soon. So we'll cut some grass and we'll talk a bit more, and we'll go from there. So Ruthie did a map tour, if you like. I have to thank Reefy, you know, that if there's one thing Reefy does well is, apart from getting lost, he does good map tours, and you know, really he explains things a lot better than I can. And but you know, the thing with me is I never know what to say, and which is why it was a bad idea of me doing this video, because my mind just is racing around. And but I'm going to keep doing it because I've been going for so long now. Well, I haven't been going for so long, but it feels like I've been going for so long. And we will. What I should have done is just drove around the map, shouldn't I? Got lost quite a few times, and that would have been more entertaining than me mowing a field, which I'm not using the full width of the mower, I know, but I never said I was a professional. Never claimed I was a professional. So yeah, David's idea I like and I will use. I haven't configured the starting equipment yet, because what's the point? I mean, the map has literally just gone on the server yesterday now, because it's like 1:30 in the morning. But I was meant to be, I'd said to David I'm going to go and probably watch a movie. This was like 11 o'clock. A movie that I've been saying I'd watch for like 4 months, and here I am doing a video that has nothing to do with the movie that I was going to watch. Go figure. But I did this video because I was thinking about smoking, and what more than stress yourself out doing a video to take your mind off the fact that you're stressed already. Makes sense, doesn't it? So the map got uploaded to the server yesterday, and but I'm going to say today because I haven't been asleep yet, and to be honest, I'd probably jump on Space Engineers after I've done this video, because I don't think I'll be going to sleep anytime soon, which is not good. But the idea is that we hopefully will be getting ready to test this map out in the next week or so. I don't want to rush the guys that are playing a map that is already on the server, because I don't want them to feel like, oh, Roy's done another map and we have to test it for him. I don't want them to have to feel that they have to do that, because they don't. You know, that I'm grateful for those who do help test, but I don't expect them to have to drop things to help, if that makes sense. Which is why I'm grateful for Reefy doing the didn't I bring that up? Apparently not. Which is why I'm grateful for Reefy doing his map tour and discussing, you know, the things. And I'm forgetting a field, aren't I? Surely, I'm sure there's another grass field back there. I know I've done 2 now. Yeah, there's field 50 I haven't done. because I've done that one. Yeah, I've done that one. So it's definitely field 50. Whoa, too much steering. So yeah, I'm grateful for everyone who helps, and regardless of how much they do, they could just stand there and supervise if they wanted. You know, I would still add them to their credits for their helping. You know, it's that's the way I am. Anyone who does anything with the map gets credited for, regardless of how much they actually did or didn't do. If you want to, if you're that kind of person, you know, the glass is half full or half empty kind of person, whichever way you look at things. For, but I will credit them regardless, and thank them, because that's the kind of person I am. I'm grateful for all of it, and you know, if it wasn't for them, then the map would still be interesting for a longer period of time. And if it wasn't for them, you know, giving ideas that I could run with, the map might never have actually flourished into anything. It could have just still been a thought within my head. But, or at least the concepts of the ideas that they had would have the map itself. Well, that was my idea, because I wanted to do a real terrain map, and I wanted to do a map that I could play and on my own, and because I had worked on Newbie Farm for so long, I wanted to do a map that I would enjoy. And I had been looking at many people's maps, many, and a few of them caught my eye. In fact, there's 10 maps that I have, and that I consider the top 10 maps of FS17. I'm not going to say what they are, because I don't voice my opinions on what maps are good and what maps aren't. Every map has its place within the modding community, and I haven't played on them to say that, to definitely be able to say, yeah, they are within my top 10. I've looked at them within the editor. That's how I review my map, the maps that I like the look of, and I've been impressed. But I'm not going to mention any of the names of the authors, or the names of the farms, or the maps rather. But some of them have had an impressions on me and this map in particular. So moving on anyway, I wanted to do a map that, as I said, I could play on my own. I wouldn't need Courseplay or another person to help, because with Newbie Farm I'd started using Courseplay, and of course with Courseplay it was like, right, I've got, you know, I need to go to do some shopping, or I need to, you know, I need to do the housework, or I want to smoke a cigarette, and I don't want to be smoking a cigarette whilst I'm mowing this field, so I will set Courseplay to do it, and then I can go and watch YouTube. And it became, as BP would call it, Farm Sim the movie, as opposed to Farm Sim the game. And I bought the game to play. I didn't buy the game to watch being played. And so before FS19 comes out, I want to play on a map that I enjoy. And why not play on the map that you're building specifically to play on before FS19 comes out? So that's what I'm going to be doing. And So the that's how this map came about, and it is it is real terrain. I mean, within the play area is real terrain. Outside of the play area is 50-50. You know, I'm not going to say how I did that, but it's 50-50. That's and you know the farm location is geographically where it is located in the real world, but it's not the same farm buildings and it's not laid out in the same way. And to be honest, the road that comes up to the farm doesn't end where it does in this farm. It actually carries on, and there's houses further up the road, and the farm is on one side and the houses are on the other. But I didn't want to add a village within the play area. If there's a village, I want it to be outside the play area, and there will be houses here and there scattered around outside of the play area. You'll see them alongside the roads. I mean, there's already a church and there's one house, well, two houses, sorry, already outside of the play area that you can see. And that's how I wanted it. I wanted it to feel more like a, you know, it's in the middle of nowhere with the occasional house here and there scattered around. But within the play area there are no houses apart from your own farmhouse. And all three farms, or four farms, if you count the chickens as being a farm, which I don't, I just count them as annoying. But if, you know, all of the animals are included on the map, just one of them you won't be able to do anything with, in which is the pigs. They'll be in their own farm outside of the play area, so that anyone who uses any mods that would have, if all animals wasn't included in the map, would cause problems, they can do so. That's the only reason. And because it'd look cool to see another farm in the distance, knowing you can't get to it, but knowing that, you know, that was... So there won't be any pigs obviously walking around. You won't see any of that, and even if there was, you wouldn't be able to see them because they'd be too far away. So you wouldn't even know theoretically that it was the pig farm, because the icon won't be there, so you won't be able to jump to it. Sorry, it's outside of the play area. And if well, I haven't actually tested it, but if I can't do if I can't if I can't make the icon non-clickable, then expect a very long drop, because I will bury the icon under the map. So you'll be dropping infinitely until you press tab, because it's outside the play area, so no reason for you to be over there. That's, let me think, 48, 50 and 51, and then the other 45 and 7 are wheat fields, which are growing at the moment. They aren't ready. They won't be ready until the fall. So, or autumn if you're in the UK. Don't know why I said fall. Going, but anyway, this farm, as Reefy pointed out, it's definitely catering more towards certain vehicle types. And I'm not, you know, you could use some of the big equipment, I guess. I've tested, and you could definitely get away with the big Joskin trailer here, because it's it's not a high tip trailer. It works on a conveyor system, so it pushes the grain out. Did we just hit the top of the barn or something? I think we did. Could drop damage isn't a thing. God help us if it is in 19, because I would definitely be screwed. What am I going to do? I think I will, instead of hay bales, I think silage, because I haven't got any silage whatsoever. So, and I'm not going to do silage bales, but I'm going to scoop it up. But I'm going to rake it first, because it would make more sense. What else? Can't think of anything else to say, which is kind of funny because my mind's not racing as much as it was. Not thinking of a cigarette anymore, so that's a bonus. You know what I don't have here? Come to think of it, fuel Bowser. Oh. I have to get one of them. There is two ways to get to this part. You could just come through the gate that's like, you know, just over there by the buy icon, but I like to make things difficult. I like to follow the road and not drive across the crops, even though I haven't got crop destruction. And because I can't do this from inside the cab, I will sit here and forgot how to reverse, apparently. So the Newbie Farm has been a map. If you think about it, I've worked on it since FS11. So, you know, and it's FS19 is due out just around the corner, and theoretically I only stopped working on Newbie Farm for FS17 what, a month ago, not even that. I mean, how long's it been out? About, actually it probably is about a month. So, you know, that says a lot. And this map was already in a playable state about a week and a half after I started it. And I think I've been working on it for like 3 weeks now, maybe 4 weeks, I don't know. Since I started quitting smoking, I've lost track of quite a few things, like I lost track of that windrow apparently. We'll just carry on. The Space Engineers is interesting though. We're building, or we've built rather. BP came up with the idea and the blueprints, if you like, i.e. blueprints was in his head, and it was like, this is what we need to do, and he basically set out the framework, and boom, we built it. And I've never built anything like that, and I've never considered building anything like that, so it was actually extremely fun, and to see it all working afterwards makes you sit back and think, well, what else could we build that is completely ridiculous but works? And you know, we started getting into the mindset of what else could we do to this to make it ridiculous and but functional. Whatever we did would still remain functional. It would still have a purpose, and but it would be a functional purpose. i.e., you know, the connector to unload the thing would be on a piston that would then be pushed down to connect with another connector at the base that would be situated below it, rather than the base having its own piston that would push the connector up to the machine. Which, why would we want to do that? Then it was, that's too much of a faff, so we'll put a hopper setup or collector setup and just have it so it automatically drops everything, and then it'll be a lot easier. So we did that. Because it's such a big machine, it's hard to see where to stop. Oh boy, I'm making a mess, aren't I? I think I'm making a mess. I don't care. I'm just having fun. So to be honest, I was going to do a video yesterday, and it was going to be on a game that I've had for ever already, and so I played it, or I switched it on. I'm not going to say I played it because well, it wasn't what I expected. Cute, weird, interesting. Need to give it chance, but not on a video. Stone Earth. I came from Banished and Life is Feudal and them kind of games, so yeah, Stone Earth is a completely different style, although it's not in some ways. It's still a survival game. It was weird, and but it looked interesting at the same time, and from what I've watched of the videos, it's a good game. I just can't get out of my head what I feel the game should be, and auto save, thank you. We'll go anti-clockwise around, I guess. I'm not fussed, as long as it gets done. So yeah, that almost became a video, and I think about 20 to 30 minutes into playing the game, I went, yeah, I hadn't actually started recording. I was doing the tutorial, and I was well, left with this, you know, we need to collect wood. Okay, let's send these guys to collect wood. We should build a carpentry table. Okay, let's build a carpentry table. This person needs to be promoted to be a carpenter. Okay, promote him. There you go. Figure it out, you know. What? That was your tutorial? Really? Wow. And I'd set it to play on peaceful because I can't be arsed with enemies, and I just wanted to chill. I didn't want stress and having to think, oh, have I got this built, have I got that built, do I need to build this, or where can I build this, as the case would have been, because I had no idea where to go to build anything, and I was aimlessly clicking around on all the different icons, and then it was like, oh, there it is. A bit too late now because I'm switching the game off, because I should realistically watch some videos and get a better grasp of what the game is all about before I judge it and make a bad decision and never play the game and give it the justification that it deserves, because it does look like an interesting game. So then it was, should I start a new career on bus sim? You know, I've got a multiplayer one that the Monkey Show and I do, and we all have our own that we rotate between ourselves. If we do if we say we jump on BP's say one of the days, then the next time we play we'll jump on somebody else's, and then we'll jump on somebody else's, and you can have up to 4. So you know, and well, I don't know if you can have up to 4, but you can have up to 4 people in a multiplayer lobby. Oh shoot, this is the next field, isn't it? Oops, I wanted to go down that road there first though, because I wanted to do that field, then this field, then take this straight back, instead of having to double back on myself to do this field to come all the way back out. I wanted to do this one first. So yeah, that could end up becoming a video. We will see, because the kids are getting ready to go back to school in what, a couple of weeks. You might see a video from me more regularly. I don't bank on it though, because you know me and schedules. I'm not one for them. I don't make plans like that. It's how I feel at the time. Do I want to do a video? Yeah, there you go, started one, which is pretty much how it was today. But today it was more like, I will take my mind off the stressful things that is right now and do a more stressful thing that will take my mind off smoking. Yeah, well, it has kind of, but hasn't worked completely. Nice view, isn't it? And that's outside of the play area, as you can see from the PDA. So you can't actually jump into that field. There's if I press F5, which I said I wasn't going to do, because as you can see, there's the world boundary, big red box, and the hedges have all got their own crash detectors in. So even if you did get over that hedge, you'd be greeted with the wall, with the boundary field, or the world boundary. So don't do it, otherwise you'll end up getting, well, you won't get stuck because you can tab back, but yeah. So let me think, because now we're getting to the stage where the kids have only got a couple of weeks. It's, you know, the kids will start going to bed a little bit earlier, and so the kids will start going to bed at 9 o'clock, because their bedtime's like 10 o'clock at the moment. It'll be like 9 o'clock, and they'll go to bed at that time for a few days until their body gets used to it, and then it'll be like 8 o'clock, and it'll keep doing that until they get into their a few days before they go back to school, they'll be into their natural school routine of going to bed. And so yeah, that's the plan anyway. And I know I don't make plans, but I do when it comes to routines. Plans are there, but general things, I don't make plans. There could be some videos after the kids have gone back to school. Maybe Stationers, maybe Rising World, another part on that, and maybe we could, you know, get BP to jump in with us on one of them particular games. If BP watches this, he might answer in the chat, or he might not. We'll see. But if he doesn't watch this, then maybe we can get BP to jump in with us, and because the game's changed since he last played, so you know, he might enjoy it. And he can laugh while one of us gets eaten by a lion. or tiger, I should say, like I nearly did, and or one of us falls down a hole and breaks their leg like David did. You know, the norm. Or David chops my legs off with the scythe or the sickle. You know, the normal monkey show stuff. If we ain't killing each other, then we're not happy. What else? I'm trying to think. My mind's completely gone blank, and that's not good when you're doing a video. Considering that I was completely hyperactive when I first started. But then this is the second time I've done the video, because the first one you definitely didn't want to hear because I was literally hyperactive. And I played it back, and I couldn't understand what I was saying, so you guys would definitely have been like, huh, what's this guy on, you know? So I'm grateful that I realised how hyperactive I was, and said goodbye to that video. Maybe Jurassic Park, you know, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Evolution, that might be a thing. I know Stu's been doing a series on that. You should definitely check that out. It's a good game. Could be better. Hope it gets better with DLCs. Fishing Barents Sea, I might do a video on that when they release the DLC in November. But I'll probably be tied down with porting Newbie Farm over to FS19, you know. So don't count on that one being a definite. BP's released a few videos. You should definitely check them out. iRacing was done today. There's been a few space engineers, or a space engineers video of the Fun Base tour. Bus sim that we did. BP, David and myself did multiplayer bus sim 18, where I didn't fall out the bus for once. So yeah, you should definitely go and check Bipolar Prophet's videos out. He's back doing videos, and it's good to see. You know, he's definitely been missed. There's a lot of people who have said how much they've missed him, and it's good. And do I really want to do this field right now, or should I just, because I think I'm going to just park this here and tab to this, which wasn't the plan because I thought I'd have to tab again, but we'll just run with it and think that, you know, it was purposely done like that. And take this and go and, this is definitely, Reefy said that he wouldn't have gone with this particular forage wagon because it's too big for this farm, and it is in reality too big, but if you're careful enough, you can definitely get around. In reality, I wouldn't need to use the rake. I could just use this and pick all of that up, but I need to make silage because I've got none, and the bales that I've got will definitely last the cows through the first year of winter, but they aren't going to, like, I won't be able to do any TMR if I don't have any silage, and I don't have anything in the clamp, so I may as well fill the clamp before I do any bales until I need to start baling. I probably should consider getting rid of the wrapper and not have one. maybe have round bales for straw and grass or hay bales, pardon me, a square. I don't know. A bale's a bale to me. As long as it's square, it's perfect. If it's round, it's a nightmare to work with. Or can be, especially when it rolls away and you're playing catch the... Really, are we that full already? Damn. Catch the bale, and we're not picking anything up. That's not good. We need to be picking stuff up. Okay. So I will show you the other way back to the one that I said I wouldn't drive through the crops. I will show you that way, because that's the easiest way to get to the clamp. Now, there is only one way. Reefy said he hasn't checked it out, but there is only one way in and out of the farm to the sell points, or to that end of the fields of the map. Why was I going to click on this icon for? Because I would probably do this as a grass field myself, and I would probably get rid of this part of the field and have it so you cut through. But as you can see, this is the way into here. Now we need to back up. Now, I don't know if I did the tip collisions on this. I can't remember. I guess we will find out together right now. If we didn't, then I know what I've got to do next time. Really? What the hell? You don't want to tip out? $28,793. That doesn't seem right, does it? Because I'm pretty sure this holds a lot more than that, like 30,000, 34,000. Yeah, it's gone through. Oh boy. Yep. Okay, so I've got to do the tip collisions. That's fine. That's literally a couple of minutes, but at least I know that I need to do it. So I'll have to upload another version to the server before we start testing, which will have the fix for that. But that's fine. I'm still going to pick up all the silage, or the grass rather. I'm just not going to be backing as far or going anywhere near the sides. I'm going to keep my distance. No, we was on the other field 50. We'll finish field 50 off before we try and pick up any other. So this is, that's why you have to play it, because that's how you test. This is the first time I've used the silage clamp, so the silage clamp has been there for a long time now, but I haven't used it because I haven't had a reason to use it, because I've been too busy playing the editor version of let's finish the map and get all of the play area finished, because I didn't want to start playing an actual version until, or on any of the versions with a serious game going, until the play area was finished itself, because I didn't want to have to go, oh damn, I've got to, you know, update these particular files in order for this field to show correctly, and now I've got to replow all my fields, and anything I had here or you know in the clamp has now been lost because I've had to update the tip collisions and all that. I didn't want to have to do that, but what I will do is I will fix the tip collisions, and then we will I will lose what's in the silage clamp, but I've got the buy bales mod, so I can buy silage bales in. That's not a problem. But I should have tested that out before I'd done all of this. Live and learn. Thinking of if there's anything else I want to say before or should I just end it before I say things that, you know, don't make sense, which kind of probably has already happened, but yeah. This is my favourite Massey out of all of them. 7700, 7400, but with the upgraded engine. My favourite tractor in 17 though is the Voltra S, the big Voltra, 400 horsepower. The horsepower doesn't matter to me, but I like that Voltra. I mean, I like this Massey because it's a nice medium-ranged vehicle. It does what you need it to do, and it does it well. There we go. As Reefy points out, there's gates everywhere on this map, and he wasn't exaggerating. There literally are gates everywhere. Every field has a gate going into it, so you would have to get used to that one. Apart from this field, because I took the gate out, and there was a gate here which I took out, and there was a gate coming out of the farm, or two gates. One for every exit had a gate coming out of the farm, which I took out because so there was actually more gates than what there currently is. Where the hell am I going? Get our reversing correct soon. Yes, I don't want to be trying to turn and have a fence in my way, thank you. So we will just dump here and hope none of it goes through the walls. And I will get the tip part fixed, and then we can go from there. But I think for now I'm going to actually end it there and say thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed what you saw. Be sure to hit the thumb icon and the subscribe button if you wish to see more. I would say hit the bell icon if you wish to be notified when I go live or anything, but it's pointless because I do private streams, because I don't have a second monitor, or I rephrase that, I don't have the room for a second monitor. I'm in a Harry Potter cupboard, so, and it's not like I could fasten it to the back of the staircase, because the way that the kids run up and down the stairs, it wouldn't last very long. So with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching, and see you guys later.